It's Rebecca for Mama Bear Custom Wreaths, and welcome to my channel, Mama Bear Custom Wreaths, where I make wreaths and all things home decor, and I show you how I do it all. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm loving it that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you guys get informed whenever I post a new video. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching my channel and interacting with me. So today we are going to make a really fun and cute Dia de los Muertos wreath. And I have this cute little guy. Isn't he adorable? Look at him. His little mariachi suit with his cigar and his glass of wine. I am loving it, these bright colors. So we're gonna make a really, really fun, festive, colorful, you see my headband? I even got it for the occasion. Wreath. And I'm gonna be filming from a funny angle. So I'm gonna put you guys behind me facing this way. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of my back and my hair, I'm sorry. But I have a very small space here to record. So we're gonna do the best that we can, all right? All right, guys, let's get started. Told you guys it was a funny angle. So we're gonna be using a grapevine wreath today. And you should clean these out beforehand. And all you gotta do is just touch around, see any parts that point out that could cut your door, and just cut them off beforehand. So we're just gonna go around feeling where we have things. This is gonna be the back. It's pretty smooth. Okay, because I don't want this to scratch whatever door it ends up going on. Show this guy again. Look at these nice bright colors. So we're going to use some of these colors, and what we're going to do is we're going to start from the bottom up. So right down here, I have some of the Deco Mesh colors that match our sign. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my regular scissors. You guys know we use regular scissors for mesh and paper. We use ribbon scissors for ribbon. We use wire cutters for wire cutters. I stress this because scissors are important. If you have scissors that are dull, you will get ribbon that is frayed and cut very, very ugly, and it will not look good to your clients or to yourselves. Okay, so I'm just going to cut some Deco Mesh, and I eyeball it. It's, I don't know, let's see. It's about 24 inches, okay? So I'm gonna cut a purple one. I'm gonna cut an orange one, and it could be less, could be more, it doesn't matter, you're not gonna see it. This is just going to be to add some volume to our wreath, and you will see what I mean. So I have about 4 colors here. You guys tell I like pink. I'm a pink girl. Okay, so we are going to take our Deco Mesh, and I'm going to do it this way because I can't show you on the table. On other tutorials, I show you how you can do this on a table, but since I don't have access to one, we're going to work with what we got. So we're going to roll this in here, and then roll, let's just cut weird, roll, I cut it, so it was me that did it. Roll it in, so we have 2 little burritos, and then squish it in, okay? So we can hold this in our hand. If this bothers you, you can get a chip clip and just hold that. I have a clothespin, put it to the side. Get our next color. We can roll one side like this. We got our little telescope. Flip it around upside down and do the other side. Now we have 2, and just roll them, walk them towards each other. You got another one. You can hold it in your hand if you can. That rhymed. Okay, we got 2. Let's do black. Roll it. Make a little telescope. Roll the other side. Get it together, bunch it together. Get another chip clip. Close the pin, whatever kind of pin. Or you can hold it in your hand if you can. Do the same thing with the orange. I'm teaching my littles to read. So right now it's can, fan, man, pan. So you're gonna hear me say a lot of "and." Okay, so we have orange. We have black. Let's tie these two together. Doesn't really matter the color of your chenille stem. I'm using a dark blue one. I have black somewhere. I've had a really bad day. So we're just gonna do what we can. So we're gonna put them on top of each other like that in the back. And then we're just gonna tie them together to each other like so. Okay, now we're gonna do that with our purple and our pink as well. Okay, just put them on top of each other. Okay, put this around on this side. Turn it around and spin it around till you can tighten it. And there we go. So let's see how many of these I want. I'm thinking I'm actually gonna want one more of these. So I'm gonna get a black. Actually, no, I'm not gonna get black. Yes, I'm gonna get black. More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. Okay, we're gonna roll that. Do the same thing we did earlier. Roll, roll, roll. Okay. And then we're gonna do some orange. There's a method to my madness. There always is. We'll tell you why in a second. Well, more than a second, in a few minutes. Roll that in. We got our two right here. Sometimes you get this obnoxious little piece that rolls out. Roll that back in there. So I'm gonna go back, get back in there. All right, and then get that together. Roll it, roll it, roll it, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it. All right, so now we're gonna put our pieces. We're gonna start in the middle here. I'm gonna put it kind of sideways. I'm gonna poke through my twigs here. This one's really tight. So I use this ice pick not for ice. I've never used it for ice. I use it to poke through like this. Just squeeze it through and then pull it open so that there's room for my chenille stem. So I'm just going to open this up and poke through. You can see it from the back. It comes out in the back. And I'm going to do that one more time. Just poke through. It's a great way to take out your stress. Just put an ice pick through the through your grapevine. Okay, so the other side here, we're just going to tie that. Easy peasy. Get back. Okay, so we have that one. Now we're going to put this one sideways like this. and do some therapy, take out our frustrations on this wreath. Open it with your ice pick. Y'all, if I push this over the edge of the table, I have to pause the video. Ooh, and have a glass of wine. I'm having one of those days, y'all. So I came on here to de-stress. I have a market tomorrow, and I don't have enough wreaths because I've had all kinds of just issues after issue after issue. So I didn't sleep at all last night, and I'm not gonna sleep tonight. In fact, I'm making this video, so I'm gonna sell this wreath tomorrow. And so I didn't make dinner, and I sent my husband to go get a pizza. Well, he gets to the store, we have no money in our account, in our card. Someone went into our account and wiped it clean. Just wiped it completely clean. Took out everything from our account, and of course it's after hours. So the bank is not open. You can't talk to anyone. At least anyone that's understandable. So yeah, that took a couple hours of my day. Then my phone keeps crashing, and I guess I need to upgrade my phone. But I haven't finished paying off my old phone, so I'm stubborn like that. I want to finish paying it off. So I spent hours on YouTube trying to upload one video. One video took me like 14 hours to download. So I'm a bit cranky today. Bit cranky. So what calms me down? You guys do. And reading. Such a great de-stressor just to get creative, especially these bright colors. So I'm kind of doing them sideways like this next to each other, and you're going to see why I'm doing all that. Now we're going to stab our wreath one more time. Just spread it open so that we can fit our deco mesh. I am using 10-inch deco mesh. Ah! Get in there. Oh yeah, and I was making some videos outside. I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok or on Facebook, but I post silly little videos of me dancing to some wreaths that I make and just getting jiggy with it. And there's a giant wasp nest. There's like a wasp. Is it a nest? What do you call it? Those brown little mud looking things. Right my front porch. So I went screaming like a crazy person across my yard, and then I couldn't come inside the house because I was scared because the wasp nest was right next to the door. One of the neighbors was walking their dog and sees me running like a crazy person screaming. They didn't even say hi to me, they just looked at me and kept walking. And I was in a costume, which you guys, if you follow my YouTube and all that, you'll see in a couple of days. So I definitely looked like a little loony. But I have some really cool. So I moved in front of the garage so I wouldn't be in front of the door. So I got a new recording space for my videos is in front of my garage. So, yay. Okay. Look how pretty and colorful that looks. Okay. And now we are going to keep our little clothespins here by us and put our weapons away. We might use these actually. And let's get our ribbon. I get to open this one. It's like Christmas when I get to open a new ribbon. So look at how, just cut the ribbon. Look at how pretty this ribbon is, oh, this camera does it no justice. There's like little shiny parts to it that you can't really see it glisten, but beautiful colors. And we're gonna have a zip tie ready. And I'm gonna have one of these wires. Floral wires is the name, there we go. And I'm gonna get my ribbon scissor. I do have links to Amazon for all of these things. These things cost the same price, or like $1 more than regular scissors, so it's not a big splurge. You should get one. Okay, and I'm just gonna show you my ribbons. Might use this one. I love this ribbon. I like love this ribbon. I do sell this ribbon in my Etsy shop because it's hard to get, and I know people love that ribbon. I love skulls, so getting that. Look at this cute little Dia de los Muertos ribbon. So I'm not sure which ribbon, if I'll use all of them. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. This one's really pretty, very festive. Dia de los Muertos is about bright colors for the decor. Okay, so I say we start with our blue one as our big one. And let's make our tail about that long. I am eyeballing this baby. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm not measuring it. Today's not the day for structure for me. So I am pinching that tail right here. So this is gonna be our tail, this pretty size. It's gonna be really easy to tell on this ribbon. This is the back of our ribbon, and this pretty side is the front. So I'm gonna pinch here, and this pinch is going to be on this side of the tail, and on this side is gonna be the loop for our first loop for our beautiful bow we're gonna make. So I'm gonna make gigantic loops. Look at that. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. But before we do that, let's just put our sign. I'm gonna put it up here. We don't wanna overpower the sign either. So let's scale back my vision here. Let's just scale it back a little bit. Calm down, Rebecca. Let's make our bows a little bit smaller. I think that's a good size right there. Doesn't overpower it, and it's still big. Okay, so I saw the size of the loop. This is the tail. This is the bottom part of our loop, and this pinch is going to be the other side. We're going to join them together, just like this, and then I'm going to pinch it in one hand. Looks like a little jellyfish. Yeah, I've been bitten by a jellyfish. I have. Those things hurt. If you ever get bitten by one, this is just extra information. Alcohol and meat tenderizer immediately calms the pain. Ask me how I know. Okay, so we have one loop. Now, here's the back of our beautiful ribbon. And this is the front of our bow, okay? So this is gonna look like this. So now we're gonna go from the back to the front. And we're going to always use these two fingers to grasp our ribbon. And we're gonna try to make these about the same size. They don't need to be completely equal, but close enough. I think that's close enough. What do you think? Yeah, that's good. Okay. And then that's going to be our tail. So if we want to keep it rolled like this, we're going to roll it cut it just a little bit longer so it gives us room to roll. And there we go. I'm only going to use 2 loops of that ribbon. Look at that. Look at that. I love this color. Okay. Now let's take our other 4-inch. Guys, I love me a 4-inch ribbon. And I know right now the skinny ribbons are in. They're cute, but I love me some big, giant, beautiful, expensive ribbon. I do have a habit, expensive habit, which is ribbon. I don't want to show you guys my craft garage. I probably have more ribbon in there than some stores do. Not even kidding you. Hobby Lobby doesn't have anything on me. So look at how gorgeous this is. So actually for this one, I'm going to get a clip because we're gonna do something cool. Get a bigger clip and get my big clip for this one because it's really, this ribbon is really thick. Beautiful. Okay. If you notice, our beautiful ribbon, the skulls go this way. So I do not, I'm going to roll this. I don't want, actually let me don't roll it this way. I don't want one skull to be upside down. So I want both of my skulls facing the same direction. So I am going to measure my little tail here, about the same size as that one. Okay. That's my tail. And I'm going to make a loop. And we don't want to make a bigger loop than the blue loop. So we're going to make a smaller loop. I like the word loop. A little bit smaller. Just a wee bit smaller. And one more wee smaller. Okay. So that's going to go right on top of this one here. That's going to be one loop. And we're going to cut our bow, our ribbon. Okay. I have a jellyfish. Okay, so we're going to put this one with a clothespin, and then we're going to get, I'm going to put this on the bottom. And then I'm going to measure, this doesn't have to be so exact. This part doesn't, the tail. I'm going to measure the tail. Pinch it again. This is our tail. And I'm going to make a loop. A loopy loop. Eat some Fruit Loops. Okay. We have a freeway here with a 610 loop. Okay, we're going to make 2 loops similar in size. Okay. And do you see why I did that? Now, my arm is not invisible. So we did that so that both of our skulls are facing down. This is a trick you can do with any ribbon that has a design that you don't want to have upside down. And we're just going to cut it in the back long enough so that it can stick when we tie it, okay? And that's going to be that bow. I'm going to need another large clip, and I don't have one. Just so I can show you guys how to make this bow. Okay, so we're going to put this one aside. Then I'm going to use this cute little 1.5 inch, and then this is my tail again. Okay, pinching it there. I'm gonna pinch our loop. Let's measure about how big we want our loop. I do want big loops on this bow, so about that big. Okay, join together, holy matrimony. I'm gonna go from the back to the front. I'm going to join our loops, make them about the same size. I'm thinking we could do this one more time. Okay, so we're going to twist it. Here's the back part of our ribbon. Bring it forward, about the same size. Pinch it. Okay, now we're going to twist it like this again. Okay, twist it. Make another loop. Let's measure these two. Yep. And we have, isn't that cute? Okay. And then we're going to cut our tail. Put that aside. And let's get our pretty little skull wreath. Same thing. Make a tail. Make a loop. I'm going to make a little bit of a smaller loop on this one. Just kind of eyeball it. Okay, and then we're going to make, here's the back part. This is the tail, back part of our ribbon. Bring it to the front. Twist it again. No, I'm just going to do two of this one. Okay, and then we're going to cut our tail. Put that one aside. Now we're going to start using these tiny ones. But isn't that so cute? Look at that. Okay. So, you know, I don't have a purple. And now that I have this bow in my hand like this, I'm not going to go look for one. But I guess we have that purple. Well, no, we have our skull. I just don't have a small purple. It's okay. We have a giant purple. Just talking to myself, y'all. When you have little ones in the house and your husband works, you don't have any adult to talk to, so you just talk to yourself. Talk to myself, to my ribbon, to my wreaths. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let us do our blue. It's cute. Okay, and then we're gonna make a loop. Put it in the center. Another loop. About the same size. And cut our tail. Put that aside. Let's do pink. This is some expensive ribbon, y'all. This is fair silk. Okay, put this. This is really thick ribbon. Fair silk ribbon. Okay. Come forward. It's the same thing over and over again, y'all. I'm not even doing anything. Look how it just curls naturally. Such good ribbon. This is why I don't mind spending on ribbon, because it makes such a difference on your designs. Such a huge difference. All right, now we're gonna get some orange. So if you follow me on my other social media, and I told you I do songs, these songs get stuck in my head because I have to record things multiple times. So I did a song with, a video with that song. I don't know who sings it, but I always feel like somebody's watching me. So now that's in my head. So you'll hear me humming. I don't feel like anyone's watching me, but I'm singing the song. It's a catchy little tune. All right, clip that. And look how nice just this ribbon, this bow is. You know what, let me put this here so this goes down here. There we go. Okay. So that's one, and we're just gonna, oh no, I didn't hold it. Okay, hold on now. Our bow fell off from the back. We're gonna put this right on top of our purple bow. It fell off, so hold on. Look how thick that is. That's some thick, thick ribbon. And I'm all for some thick, beautiful ribbon. Because you can manipulate it, you can move it, you can tell it what to do. Okay, we're gonna take this one off. I'm gonna put this right on top. It's like a lasagna. You just keep building on top. You gotta have some big hands to hold this in one hand. Look at that. Okay, we'll fluff this out later. So now I'm gonna get my floral wire and I'm gonna put that right back here. Yeah, this bow is beautiful. Look at that. Oof. The bow by itself is good. Okay, so I'm gonna get a zip tie. And with zip ties, it took me a little while to understand, or to just the muscle memory, where, see, I have it backwards. You have to have it a certain way or it won't clip. If it doesn't make that zoom sound, then it's not actually gripping it. This sound. If you don't hear that, it's not going to hold it. As soon as you let it go, it'll become undone. Okay, so we're going to tighten that. I think our floral wire fell out. Just put it back in, or I lost it in this mess. This behemoth of a bow. It's okay. It's back there now. Glad I checked. I think it just fell out. Okay, tighten it. I don't use scissors to cut this plastic because it will dull my scissors. I just use some wire cutters. They fell on the floor. It's okay. I'll pick them up later. And I'm going to fluff this once I put it on. So the same thing we did earlier. We're going to poke our way through our mesh. Just poke it through. This is easier. The floral wire is easier than the Chanel because it's thinner. So this deco mesh that we put is just to give our bow more volume and a little bit of color. I don't like where I put the floral wire. Put it someplace different. It's easier if you go from the top to the bottom. Like if you wrap your floral wire like this instead of going through like that when you do your bow. Still through here, but have it wrap like this instead of just going through this way. And I forgot to do that, so I'm doing it again. But it was a teaching moment, see? Okay, poke it through there. If you need to use your ice pick again, you need to take out some rage at whoever stole money out of my account. Okay. Okay. Look at how pretty that looks. And you see that deco mesh behind there? It just adds color, adds volume. So we're gonna fix our bow later because we still might squish it somehow with our, actually we shouldn't. Well, we might. So I kind of do my bows at the end. But what you're gonna do if you want to prematurely do some is just roll like this. Just roll out that ribbon, give it some love. Since it's wired, I only use wired ribbon unless there's something just beautiful that isn't wired, because like I said, you can control wired ribbon. It's like hairspray for your hair. It gives, it can stay more in place. Like it's not helmet head stay in place, but it stays in place better than just like a floppy ribbon that has no wires. So you can even curl these small ones if you wanted. Check out this Fair Silk ribbon. Look at that. And just roll it like a little pigtail. Roll it like that, give it some volume. Just give it cute. Now you don't have to put the little curls like this if you don't want to. If you want to keep them all straight, you can do that as well. I just thought it would look a little cute to give it some short little pigtails so that you can, since we have such pretty bows, I mean such pretty ribbons, so that we can better see our ribbon at the bottom here, since we have plenty of ribbon. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so now our little amigo here, we're going to put him at about here. Okay, so we're gonna use these cable mount ties. And you peel this off. And then we're just gonna put it here at the corner. Put one at the other corner. We're gonna put it on contact points. So I don't want it so low I'm gonna want him around there. Okay, my little babies came to say goodnight to mommy. And my youngest one had marker all over his mouth. He looked like the Joker. Don't know what they were doing up there. I'm afraid to go upstairs. They were watching a movie. Okay, so I'm gonna tie my floral wire. I did this on the below where you couldn't see, but I just basically tied it around the cable mount. So I'm going to put our Senor right about here. I do want him over. I wish I could make him a little bit higher, but it's okay. I'm going to put him right around here. Okay, so we're just going to do it the same way we did our ribbon. Poke through. Okay. And this one can just go around. Let's make our lives easier. It's about right there. And then we're just going to tie that. Okay. And then we're going to tie this one on this side, poke this one through. I hope you can see through my head. Okay. And just tighten it on the back. Okay. So that's how pretty that is looking already. Turn this side so you guys can see it better. Finish off these red ones, but I do have these beautiful pink ones, these beautiful yellow ones, these smaller pink ones, and some more orange ones. So, you guys can't see, I do have, maybe you can if I get out of the way. Let me show you real quick. Okay, so I have my glue pot, which I'm going to be dipping in my floral stems. I'll be dipping in there, and then if I need to, my glue gun, I have it ready just in case. Okay, so some of these are already cut. So what we're gonna do is just we're gonna go in like this. See, just stick them in like that at different lengths. And find a spot where it's not too loose. It's really loose everywhere. There we go. There's a nice tight spot. Okay, and we want them to not be tight against our wreath because we want it to look, I mean, obviously it's not natural, right? Flowers don't grow with mesh, but we still want the floral part to look natural, more natural looking. So flowers tend to just grow. It's just turning sideways. This flower's not cooperating. Flowers tend to just kind of grow in the wild, right? So that's what we're gonna kind of replicate. And just put different flowers. Now I did put glue on that one. Typically I tend to try to do my florals first, figure out where I want them before I glue anything down. This grapevine wreath It was tight over here, and now it's loose right there, so it's giving me a hard time. And I don't have one of those pick machines. I should get one. There are these machines. Actually, I have the manual ones that I might have to do. Another teaching moment. This is a video full of teaching moments. So they have these contraptions. Don't ask me what they're called. I have no idea, but I do know Hobby Lobby sells them. And you get one of these contraptions. Okay. And what you do is, in a case like this where it just won't stick, you put it right next to your floral stem, and then you wrap the wire. And I like to go an extra step further and get some floral tape. And then just wrap that around. So what this is going to do, since the space where the florals are actually going to go through on my wooden grapevine are really loose. So you see my flowers just like breakdancing in there. So this makes it easier for them to stay in place where you want them. See? So now it's thicker. So now we will see. This will be much easier. See? To control. I'm going to put this one lower. I want the yellow to be lower. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this one. So I'm going to go off camera and just do that to a couple of my florals. Hopefully I don't have to do to that many, but I'm basically just putting this around here, and it comes with this little wire, little copper wire, and then you just tie that around your stem. I go an extra step and put the floral tape, and I start at the bottom and work my way up so that the loose part isn't at the bottom. So I'll start at the bottom and just wrap it. And then cut that. And then now we stick it in. So I'm not actually using my glue pot. Because of the way I'm doing it, I'm actually gonna have to use my hot glue gun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and just move my deco mesh and just glue where the stems are in between, like this right here. You don't need that much because that little wooden thingamabob that I don't know the name of will actually hold it in place. Okay, so hopefully we don't have to do that for every single part. But you never know, we just might. Like that right there. This one I am dipping in because this part right here is thick, nice and thick. So when you look for grapevines, try to find one that's tight enough, not like extremely tight so you can't fit anything in, but tight enough that you don't have to do all this extra step. They sell a pick machine that does this automatically, just go like that. It's expensive. I do one day want to get one. But I don't do grapevines as much. Like I do the other wreaths more, so that's why I never just splurged. But if you like to do grapevines, I would definitely get that. If you do a lot of grapevines, it would save you a lot of time. See, there goes that song. Stuck in my noggin. So such a pretty colorful, what is it, holiday, I guess, to design for. And people buy these. So people, if you are doing this for your business, people most definitely buy Dia de los Muertos. I have sold every single Dia de los Muertos wreath I have ever made. Like immediately. How pretty that looks. Okay, so this one can fit in. So this part of the wreath is pretty easy to work with. And I'm dipping my flour into my glue pot. Makes it easier than using the glue gun. I have the glue gun for the reason where sometimes you can't use the glue pot because you can't put the glue there. You got to work with it without burning your fingers. So I keep my glue gun ready. And I don't want to hide our mariachi because he looks so handsome. But I do want to have flowers here around him. Let me see if this one can do it without it. Trying to find a spot. Nope. I'm gonna have to use one of these. And look, they're all tangled up. Telling you, I'm not having a good day today, y'all. I'm just not having a good day. You know, you ever have those days where just everything, not everything, but so many things that can go wrong. And, you know, I'm one of those people that, like, I'll get frustrated, of course, but then I remember the bigger picture. Like, you know what? All these problems that I have, certain people pray and wish that they had. You know, like, when I have mountains of laundry, for example, of course, this is first world problems, right? And I'm, you know, like, oh my God, all this laundry. You know what? Thank God my family has clothes to put on their backs. Thank God I own a washing machine instead of having to go to a washing place. Thank God I have a home to put my washing machine. Thank God I have utilities and I have water and clean water. Some people in the world don't, you know what I mean? And I tend to think that way. So I may be a grump for a little bit. I'm in my grumpy mood right now. This is me grumpy. But in the big scheme of things, I'm just so blessed. So people pray. And there were times when I prayed to have the problems, to have the things that I have now, and I don't want to forget that. So please don't think I'm like this sourpuss. I'm just having a momentary little just human reaction to things happening, but I am ever so grateful for every single thing that I have. But I can still get upset for someone stealing my money on my account. Literally, like, my husband was like, all right, we don't have any money. I'm like, what do you mean? But I'm hoping the bank can take care of that soon. and we can get that money back in our account. See, now you see I'm telling you that I try to put distance. See how this gold? It's like a yellow gold. I don't put the flower like this because you want to give it volume. You want it to look pretty. And it's not going to look that way. And if you have it so close. Now I bend, see? I bend my little stem. Bend. No, it doesn't rhyme. Never mind. All right, put that one there. Let's see if that one holds without that stick. Put it in here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Wish I had more of these red ones. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Look how fun, and look how fun he is. What a fun guy. Look, he was a fun guy to hang out with when he was alive. Where we want this one. So, I'm thinking that I don't know, I may fast forward this part because I'm just sticking it in where it looks pretty. What do you guys think? Should we use these little ones? Let's see. So these are the push-ups. I love these because you can push them up and give it more volume on top. Yeah, we're gonna use that one. We are definitely gonna use that one. So if you got some leftover spring flowers, this is a great wreath. Of course you need some oranges, but I mean, yeah, these, I don't know the name of that flower. I'm not a botanist, but you need those, but you can easily use spring and summer florals for the bright colors, which is a fun thing about, yeah, those Muertos wreaths. This one down here. So we also want to pay attention to our sides because when we're doing florals, we always want, we don't know which way the wreath is going to go, but you don't want to walk up to a door if it's sideways and then the side is just bare. So I like to fill the sides as well. You see how colorful that is looking? Isn't that so adorable? I am loving this wreath and I feel my mood getting better the prettier this becomes. You see how therapeutic wreathing is? Remember I started this wreath just and I'm just like, oh, the beauty of this. Just creating pretty things puts me in a good mood. That's why I say wreathing is just so therapeutic. I remember some of the hard moments in my adult life. I would lock myself up in my craft room And literally, I didn't have anyone to talk to. And this is what got me by so many things. You guys think I'm kidding. I'm not. I am like 100% serious when I tell you that reading got me through so many things. And even just a community, I would go on lives or just watch videos. Like my husband used to fly out of town every week, and he was gone 5 days a week. And I had a newborn baby, and it was just such a difficult and hard time for me. And I had no one to talk to, and I just felt so alone and so just, you know, the hormones and everything. And I would sit here and watch reading tutorials. And those reading tutorials, I swear to you, got me through some really just dark moments in my life, because I felt like I got to know the person in the tutorial video. You know, they talk about themselves, or, you know, they each have a personality, and you kind of tend to like certain personalities. And I'm going to turn this sideways so I can see this side better. And, you know, there was just people that I liked, and I would watch them, and I almost felt like I knew them, and I could, you know, I would just laugh at what they were saying, and it felt like communication to me. You know, it felt like I'm not alone, you know, just to hear them talking. It's not a TV show, it's just someone talking. And you have no idea how that kept me sane for a good part of the second year of my son's life. So that's part of why I decided to come on and make tutorials and all that, because we don't have to be going through a hard time, but sometimes you just kind of feel alone. You don't really want to, maybe you don't want to talk to an actual person or go out or do anything. So this is such a fun way to learn how to do something. And even if you don't do it, just to watch someone do something creative and just kind of hear them talk. It's like a little community. So it's not just the reading. Can I tell you, you get to know people. So one of my first people that I joined her club and her tutoring, her Wreath tutoring club, and she was just such a great person. Coach Jackie from the Fancy Front Door. Y'all follow her if y'all don't already. She is such a sweet, beautiful lady. And watching her tutorials and then messaging with her, I love me some Coach Jackie. So just wanted to tell you guys how I appreciate y'all, because I do message with some of you and talk to some of you also. And even if it's a reading question, reach out to me. I'm always here. I do have little ones and I do homeschool. So, you know, I'm not necessarily always available, but I do try to get back to people. I really do. So it's, you have a reading question, you want to know how to do something, or it's a comment I said and you think I'm just crazy, message me. Just shoot me a message on a comment or DM me on my social media. I'm everywhere, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, Pinterest. I do have a website, y'all. I do. I know no one believes me because it's not up. I don't know how to put the e-commerce part on it. But that would be a great way to message me also. But I just don't know how to do it. That's not one of my talents, is technology. I say some words that I shouldn't be saying to computers, to phones. My 25-year-old finally moved out, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do without you? How am I supposed to figure things out? So I constantly call that poor child. How do you do this? How do you do that? God bless her, she's patient. Or like, we have a TV in the backyard that doesn't work. So it's supposed to be for our porch, not like in the yard, but it's like for a little patio. We have a little patio, and it came with the house. But we had like a freeze down here in Texas. It's not supposed to snow, and it did, and it froze. And so I think the water, like the pipe burst and the water fell on it, so it doesn't work. And so one of our friends, her husband, you know, is like really good at all, like one of those really smart people that can figure things out, what's wrong with things. And he's like, did you guys plug it in? We just looked at each other, my husband and I, like, oh, well, I didn't. Did you? No. So it's stuff like that that I need help with also. I didn't grow up like with technology, so like AOL came out when I was in high school. And like my daughter grew up with all the technology. These little ones, definitely everything is technology, so I feel like an old fart. I don't know how to do anything. Okay, so while I was yapping, if you saw it, I didn't fast forward it. We have the top part here, nice and full. Look at that. I love it. Now let's add some long ones here going down, because I feel like it's a little too top heavy. It's what I call push-up. See? Push it up. And we're gonna put this, you see my beautiful hair? Don't look for whites, for grays. And we're gonna put this, just put some hanging down here at the bottom. So that it doesn't look like an upside down Christmas tree. But that is a trend. I don't really get it, but I know it's a trend. Does anyone put upside down Christmas trees? Let me know. And if you do, like, is it a special tree, or do you have to do something to it to make it upside down? How does that work? Please let me know. I'm genuinely curious. Okay. Put some right down here. It's too long. I have a basket here so I can't sit. You guys see my headband? That cute? I bought it months ago with the intent of making a Dia de los Muertos or a fiesta wreath and using it, so I'm excited to get to use it. I love headbands. I wore them in the 80s. I still wear them today. It's trying to kill me from the back here. I'm going to take this basket. Put that one there. Push this in more, but it won't let me. There we go. Let's add some cute ones here. I'm not sure if I want that one there. These are just such short stems. I'm trying to figure out where to put these ones. This is a bipolar grapevine. It's so tight in some areas and so loose in other areas. I can't get it to go through here. This is just coming out so pretty. I am very happy with this wreath. Let's do a skinny one. Cut this one over here. Dropping weapons. What's that movie with the ice pick with Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas? Where they shrink the bunny or a jacket or something? Fatal Attraction. There you go. Isn't that what she used? Was an ice pick? Those are the only kind of thrillers that I'll watch. Like stuff where it's not. Even then, I get scared, but I don't like scary movies. I can watch something like that. And then I hug my husband and I scoot next to him at night in bed. He thinks I'm ridiculous. He says I terrorize him. So today I was making, you guys are going to see if you follow my other social media. I made this crazy video today. I haven't posted it yet, but you're gonna see it's like horror level scary. So I come to his office, he's working, and I have this like horror movie mask and this weapon, and I just am standing there staring at him. And I swear to you, I think he may have gone number 2 in his pants. I scared him so much. He's like, "Why do you terrorize me?" I keep him young. I wish I could have recorded that. That was so funny. He may not have thought so, but I thought it was hilarious. Like, he's pretty silly himself, but I think he thinks that I have issues. I might. I wanted to use these up because this is the last one that I have, and you don't just use one flower on a wreath. I only have like a couple of these, so I wanted to use them all up. Now, question. Do we want to put this, not this one, no, this one. This one has gold in it, look. Do we want to put a flower in the middle? What do you think? Let's see if I can. Let's not overpromise and underdeliver here. Get it? It's not gonna work. There's nowhere to put it in. This is the part where it's super tight. Okay, it's the thought that counts. We're gonna open up our poofs. Open up our poofs. Roll them forward. I mean, you could roll these. Let me see. What do we think, y'all? Do we want to roll them all? Or just the little ones? I don't know, I'm kind of liking this. All the way rolled like this. Here comes my husband to be terrorized more by me. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep these long. I mean, I think I'm going to keep the longer ribbon, the thicker ribbon, kind of curled. Hey babe, I told everyone how I scared you earlier. He's camera shy, y'all. Okay, so let's roll this bottom part. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. I am in love with this wreath. It is so colorful, so beautiful, so fun. Okay, I'll see you in just a sec. So this is our Dia de los Muertos wreath. Look at how bright. You see what I mean by the sides? No matter what side you look at it, it's covered. I don't like it when a wreath it's just bare right here and it's just on top over here. So this is just full. Look at our ribbon, our little senor over here. I think that is so cute. Look at that. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please do me a humongous favor and leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed this tutorial. And let me know where you're watching me from. I am in Texas, in the United States, of course. I do have people from all around the world, which is really cool, to get people to that view me from different countries. So welcome from wherever you're from. Please let me know where you're from. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, and check me out on all of my social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. And if you want to buy one of the wreaths that I make, I sell them on Etsy sometimes. I don't list them just because I may just sell them at a market. So if you do want to buy a wreath, message me on Etsy or message me, anywhere, and I can make them. I do make custom orders as well. All right, guys, I will see you on the next tutorial. Bye.